Welcome, viewers. Today we will be looking at how to simplify the following exponential expression. We will be simplifying the indices 2 raised to the power of 26 times 3 raised to the power of 39. Now let's look at 2 raised to the power of 26. If you look at the index, that is the 26, or we can also call it the exponent, we can express this in a different way. And therefore we can say 26 is the same as 2 times 13. And according to the law of indices, your a raised to the power of mn, that is your a raised to the power of m times n, and this is what we are seeing here, a raised to the power of m n, that is m times n. That's the same as what we have your 2 raised to the power of 2 times 13. What does it become? Is equals to a raised to the power of m, and then you close the brackets, and then you take it to the exponent of n. So that means our expression above can also be rewritten as 2 raised to the power of 2 and then raised to the power of 13. So we have simplified the expression 2 raised to the power of 26, and we know we said it can also be expressed as 2 raised to the power of 2 times 13. Remember that 26 is the same as 2 times 13. And remember from the law of indices, we said this is also the same as 2 raised to the power of 2 and then raised to the power of 13. So let's look at 3 raised to the power of 39. 3 raised to the power of 39 is the same as 3 into the power of 3 times 13, which we can also express, remember from the law of indices, that a raised to the power of mn, that is m times n, is the same as a raised to the power of m and then raised to the power of n. So that means that this expression here can also be expressed in this form. So we'll be applying this law of indices to the expression 3 raised to the power of 3 times 13. And that gives us 3 raised to the power of 3 and then raised to the power of 13. So we have simplified the expression 3 raised to the power of 39, applying this law of indices. So we just expressed 3 raised to the power of 39, and we said that this can also be expressed as 3 raised to the power of 3 times 13. Why? Because 39 is the same as 3 times 13. So 3 raised to the power of 39 is the same as 3 raised to the power of 3 times 13. And remember from the law of indices, this can also be expressed as 3 raised to the power of 3 and then raised to the power of 13. So let's look at the expression 2 raised to the power of 26 multiplied by 3 raised to the power of 39, which is actually the question of the day which we will be simplifying. Now we have simplified 2 raised to the power of 26 and then we have expressed it as 2 raised to the power of 2 and then raised to the power of 13. We can clearly see that 26 we have as the exponent, and then we have the base as 2. We have similar base here as 2. We retain the same base, and then we have 2 and we have 13. 2 times 13 gives us 26 above. And what we simply did was to apply the law of indices. So what we are saying is that the expression above 2 raised to the power of 26 is the same as the expression below. That is 2 raised to the power of 2, all enclosed in the brackets, and then raised to the power of 13. Similarly, we expressed or simplified 3 raised to the power of 39. And we said that this is the same as 3 raised to the power of 3, and then raised to the power of 13. 3 raised to the power of 39, as we have above, is the same as we have below as 3 raised to the power of 3, all enclosed in the brackets, and then raised to the power of 13. We see that our 39 here is the same as 3 times 13. Remember, we have the common base, which is 3, and we also have it here, which is 3. So the expression above, 3 raised to the power of 39, is the same as the expression below, which is 3 raised to the power of 3 raised to the power of 13. Now that we know that our 2 raised to the power of 26 is the same as 2 raised to the power of 2 all raised to the power of 13, and we are multiplying it by 3 raised to the power of 39, which is the same as 3 raised to the power of 3 all raised to the power of 13. So let's simplify further. Your 2 raised to the power of 2 here is the same as 4. So we now have 4 raised to the power of 13. And then we're multiplying it by 3 raised to the power of 3 within the brackets is 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. So we have 27 all raised to the power of 13. So from our law of indices, when you have a base, 2 different bases, but you have the same exponent, that is the same index or the same indices. So this M is your index. So you have different bases, but you have the same index. What do? That means you can combine the two of them. That's A and B. That is, you can multiply A times B and then raise it to the common index. In the same manner, we have 4 raised to the power of 13 times 3 raised to the power, times 27 raised to the power of 13. I come again, we have 4 raised to the power of 13 times 27 raised to the power of 13. Remember, that is the same we have above. When you have different bases, or they are raised to the same exponent, what you can do is you can multiply them together and then raise them to the common exponent. So 4 times 27 raised to the power of 13 is our answer. So when we simplify 4 times 27, we have 108 raised to the power of 13. So our expression 2 raised to the power of 26 times 3 raised to the power of 39 has been simplified as 108 raised to the power of 13. And that is the final answer. Thank you for watching this video from solutions.com. Kindly subscribe, like, and share.